For geropsychology, to find something that is fun and that you can learn something about psychology from, the Golden Girls is one film that I like to watch. And there are some scenes there that are quite telling. I just like to show you a couple as the attendance list is going around. Anybody else who hasn't signed on it yet? Okay. Okay. So have a look at this just for perhaps the next minute. Hope the sound works. The sound isn't projecting, right? Hang on a minute. Okay, let me see if I can get the sound projected.
If you are fancy, you've got to try Monday.com. Go to Monday.com and manage all your team's work on a powerful platform that's easy to use. Whether it's projects or workflows.
Sorry, better file.
Better late than Blanche. Complete this famous saying, better late.
Something wrong with my mouse. You can see that, right? Okay. At least you can get this going. Let me go again. Alright.
Complete this famous saying,
Alright.
better late than.
Let's travel.
You know I hate doing most after a party. Like to find your underwear in a big pile.
How you want?
Fine. This is strictly off the record, but Dirk's nearly 5 years younger than I am.
And what, Blanche? Dog ears?
Well, what was your first impression of me? I thought you wore too much makeup and were a slut. I was wrong. You don't wear too much makeup.
Ah, what is that you're knitting?
Alright.
I was
Okay.
the sheriff.
Okay. I think we can stop there. Apologies for the lack of entertainment value there because of the technical problems with the computer. But you could see that old people, at least one thing I picked from here, that old people tend to respond to situations in a different way. I won't say tend to, but older people might respond to certain situations in a different way. And the funniest, the joke or humor that comes out of it will be quite different than younger people there. Right? You know, the humor about saying, waking up and finding your underwear in the car after a party. Right? And I mean the other one about, so what's the first impression of me? Like, how often do you hear that kind of response? I thought you were a slut, you wear too much makeup. And then the nail that hit home was that actually you don't wear too much makeup. Yeah? So, point is, we realize that there are some cognitions, there are some emotions of more older people that will be a bit different. Right? These are things that we often just laugh it off and take for granted or just not. But we realize we actually, a person who is really interested in the aging process would use these instances and ask those basic psychological questions that you are trained to ask in HP 1000. Recall in, say, social psychology, right? There's a dissonance theory by Fesson. Remember that dissonance theory? Right? Cognitive dissonance. That means your action isn't in sync with your belief. So what happens? You change your action or you change your belief. Right? So depending on which you choose, right? Whichever you choose, you want to be your action is consonant rather than dissonant. Right? You know, beliefs. Right? So older people may have this exhibit this in a different. Right? Another thing is we talk about we call Shay's and Willis's stages of cognition theory. Just now we talked about it. Right? One point is this: at a certain stage, right? See if you know what stage I'm talking about. Older people tend not to want to waste time. So you ask them a question, right? They just try to give you a straight answer, right? Because I don't have much time left. I want what I say, what I do to be impactful, to be meaningful. Right? I don't want to spend all my time learning this or learning that or finding out this and meeting these people. In fact, don't include me in social gatherings. And this has nothing to do with the pandemic, the COVID-19. Don't waste my time. Right? What stage do you think that is? Thought. Okay, flip over to your Shay's and Willis theory that I showed you just now, or the textbook. What stage do you think this is? I don't want to waste time, I only want to prioritize or spend my time on the things that are value to me or value to me. What stage might this kind of thinking be? Yeah, anybody? Reintegration, perhaps? Any other possibility? Sorry? Executive, yes. In fact, both of you are right. There's an error between integration and executive, reintegration and executive. Right? Based on now what is meaningful to me, right? I'll disregard what used to be meaningful to me, so that's reintegration. And then I'll decide or make a decision right, to act in a certain way. That's exactly. Right? So that's how share and resistance theory works here. Right? Okay, so this is just an example. I'm sure you can think of many others. Just to illustrate to you how a dry, boring, black and white theory, actually occurs as psychological phenomenon. There are many others. Okay. Let's hold on to the methodological ones. Right. Okay. Development and aging. Okay. Key stress, validity. Okay, let's talk about this one. 3 main points there in the textbook, right? There is a difference between age and cohort effects. Essentially, age means what are the differences between, say, 50 years old and 55. That's age effect. So 50 years old will tend to behave this way, 55 will behave that way. Or 20 will behave this way, 30 will behave that way. That's age. Cohort has to do with that period of time. So you have 20 years in 2020, you have 20 years in 2030, 20 in 2040, those are cohorts. Okay. So we can investigate cohort effects potentially by between subject design as well as within subject. Right. How exactly we do that? The textbook gives you separate. So the point here is, do not mistake, do not put them both together. Age and cohort effects mean two different. We should be clear on that. So in longitudinal research, for example, right, that collects data for at least 2 time points. Right? Essentially, we investigate both age and cohort effects, right? If those 2 time points are say spaced a year apart, and the cohort is a year by then. Okay. Questions on this? I'm going a bit faster on methodology because this isn't the substantive content of this course, right? If the psychology division will have it next semester, we may have a lab in geropsychology, and that is a methodological course on geropsychology. That will cover this in detail, we'll design and research all this in detail, write research proposal, and design and analyze the data. Longitudinal. That will be something. But you should put what you learn in 1100, AP 1100 you use. You learn age effects, you learn cohort effects. Second one, cross-sectional versus longitudinal. You know obviously what that is. One point in time versus over time. Right? Now, the question is, which is more suitable for aging research? The answer is the second. The answer is often the second one. Right? Because often researchers are interested in, right? Researchers are interested in both the age and the cohort effects. Often psychological phenomena that is related to developmental milestones in adults and older adults cannot readily be tested or falsified in an experimental setting, which is really costly. Right? It's probably either impractical or unethical. Okay, hence the longitudinal piece of the done. Right. Say for example, we want to find out if drinking or eating curry, right, Indian curry, right, helps to relieve one of dementia symptoms. Okay, let's say you want to find that. Okay, is it actually ethical to make a Chinese person eat Indian curry? Debatable. But how that pans out is there. Okay. But that's still fine because that curry is food, right? That's still food, right? But if you think about it, if we go further down, it becomes, say, a drug, a medicinal web or a medicinal web. Right? And that then be ethical. Right? So often researchers, right, follow cohorts of patients over time in the longitudinal fashion. interview them once a year, for say 3 years, 4 years, or 5 years, in order to get age/score. Now, there's this new or a more recent methodology called intensive measurement burst design. I'd like you to just take note of this term. Right? Know what is, how to spell it and what it is. But it simply means this. So you have time. So you have 3 time points here. That's longitudinal, right? Now, intensive means between 2 time points, or any 2 time points, right? There are several small intervals of length. So let's say right. So this is how should we call it? Let's say it's called T11, T12, T13, T14 for 4 measurement time points in a short span. So what is a short span? If let's say T1, T2, and T3 is say year 1, year 2, year 3, whatever the year is. Okay? So this could mean weeks or months. So maybe January to April of year 1, January to April of year 2, January to April of year 3. Right? So that really is what intensive measurement burst is. The burst is you can say the quick succession of time points surrounding a certain longer time period. So that's the burst. Intensive between what? Because they're many. So it may not be 4, it may be 10. Right? Or it could be even daily for 5 days or 10 days in 1 year. And then nothing, and then the subsequent year another 5 days. Daily. So that is intensive measurement burst design, which is one of the most recent form of longitudinal research design in age studies. Let's move on. Okay, in our tables, I'd like you to quickly discuss this. List all the pros and cons of cross-sectional versus longitudinal design, and think of as it pertains to the aging study, aging. So think of some hypothesis or some broad research. Not going to give you long, just maybe 5 minutes in each of the table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? 8 tables, okay, not bad, 8 tables. Right? Essentially, let's list all the pros and cons of these when it comes to age. Right? This will help us in our reflecting journal. Okay, go ahead. Just write a list. We share the list here. 3 more minutes. Okay, a minute more. Okay, wrap up. Let's try to write all the answers here. All right. Okay, let's see. Let's go by table. Maybe starting from the table in the door, then we just go this way. Let's go with maybe the cross sectional first. Right. Okay, so here's how we do this. Just take out one pro, then we go down. When we run out of pro, we go con. After that, we go to longitudinal, one pro of each table, and then one con until we run out of this. Okay, let's go to the first table. One pro of cross sectional. One strength of cross sectional design. Low attrition. Low attrition. Thank you. Next, this table. Right, efficiency. Less time required, so let's do efficiency. Thank you. Another one? Okay, inexpensive. Or less costly. Thank you. This group? Yep. Less compound? Avoid compounds. Okay, avoid compounds such as the retest. Okay, thank you. And the group, yep. Any other strengths or pros or cross section? Okay, so, I see. Yeah, absolutely right. More immediate goal, less delay in gratification. Okay. Less delay in outcomes, right? Obtaining research outcomes, which if you are a researcher, you'll be gratified to have. So, less delay. Okay, thank you. The group with the most brains there. A wider? Sub-duty? Sorry. More participants. I see. So when you write a letter to invite, I see you are going to find me every 5 years. No. But you're just going to find me one time. Okay, sure. So what will you call it? Less. Wider. Okay. Possibly larger number of participants. Any other strengths, pros, or cross-sectional? Okay, everything is done. Okay, then why don't we start with you on the what do we have? On the cons of cross-section. Go ahead. Cohort effects. The cons. So how is that a con? Okay, so let's say I have three groups of 50-year-olds, 60 and 70 years old. Right? If I do cross-sectional, I just interview each of these people in each of these groups once. So when that happens, can I or can I not investigate cohort effects? If I do it this way, could I or could I not investigate or ask questions regarding cohort effects? Because the point is cohort effects, right? As a con, as a weakness, right? So are you saying it could be investigated, it could not, or are you saying there's a presence of cohort effects? Presence. In cross-sectional. In cross-sectional research, there's presence. That means you can. Okay, then how is that a con then? You can. I can do this, I can do that. Is that good? Is that a good? How is that a weakness? Okay, some questions will not be answered. What do you think? I mean, this group. Okay, maybe all of us. Let's chip in here. What is the kind of questions that cannot be answered by cross-sectional effect? Cross-sectional study. Yes. Aging-related differences. Aging-related differences. Aging. Hang on, I don't really quite get that. Anybody want to help elaborate on that? Because as I said, I give you an example. I have 50-year-old, 60-year-old, 70-year-old. These are three groups. I interview them once. Cross-sectional, right? So three age group, obviously I can compare, right? Three groups, so I do what is the ANOVA test? One way ANOVA, right? So isn't that age effects? Yes. Okay. Aging related. What is the keyword is aging, right? So the same within. Give me an example.